So two deer are walking out of a gay bar, and one turns to the other and says, "Damn, I can't believe I blew over $40 in that place." That's a cute joke.
Damn, I can't believe I laughed at that. So hey, we need to talk about the movie.
Shit, Joe's right.
I have to work tomorrow.
Do you really? Oh,
Yes.
Man, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we should. Thanks for bringing that up. I'll put it on the list, so I'll give you a quick overview. Which we were right when we looked at the trailer. There's a lot of explosions and gunfire and stuff like that. So it's year 2027. Illegal androids have become commonplace, and then criminals enhance themselves with cybernetic components, making them more than human. It stars. This one doesn't have Don the Dragon Wilson, if you can believe it. What do you mean, thankfully? It stars a bunch of people you haven't heard of. Breon James, you might recognize that name. He's a character actor. You know, he was Kowalski in Blade Runner, and he's been in a bunch of movies. Character actor. Let's see. Alex Rain is the assassin bounty hunter for the LAPD. He's attacked by the Red Army Hammerheads, nearly killed by the surviving leader, Rosaria. He resists her assertion that he is a robot. Actually, you know, we don't really need to go through the whole plot because I don't think that's really necessary. let me give you the synopsis on IMDb. That's a lot quicker. Says Alex, a burned out LA cyborg cop, is forced by Commissioner Farnsworth to find his former cyborg partner and lover Jared, who is about to deliver sensitive data to cyborg terrorists who wish to wage war against humans. Is he being played?
Hey, I got a better one for you. Imagine Super Contra, but with real people.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's
dude. There's a lot to like about this movie. You know, it actually is good for cheap thrills.
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining for the cheap thrills and the guns and the shooting. But I'm gonna express my complaints as well, because it wouldn't be, you know, me judging a movie unless there was complaints. First of all, there was gratuitous nudity. There was actually a nice pair of boobs there. My complaint is they spent a lot more time focused on a man's ass than they did on this woman. That's complaint number one.
Turned on by this, okay.
Complaint number two.
How's that a complaint?
The man's ass. That was a complaint.
And?
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Are you kink shaming people? What are you doing here?
Yes, exactly. Anyways, moving on. If I were in any type of unit that, you know, these guys were in, these guys were supposed to be androids, and they're running around with like zero trigger discipline. I mean, you had one dude, like when they were in that chase across the rooftops, and like all five of them are jumping from one building to another to try and chase this guy, the former cop down. He's like shooting up in the air. He's got his gun pointed up in the air and he's shooting. No chance of hitting this guy that's running away. And then as he lands, his gun is now pointing downwards, and his landing causes him to fire more into the ground. And it's like, if I had somebody on my team that was doing that shit, I would shoot them myself. Okay?
Did you at least appreciate the flipping and shooting?
Yes. Oh my God. They jump off. First of all, nobody can hit anything in this movie. And then all of a sudden, this chick jumps off this cliff. And go ahead.
Oh yeah, you're talking about when she chucks him the gun, and he shoots like some amazing magic gun that all of a sudden disintegrates all the flesh off of the robot's body.
Yes, while flipping in midair when nobody could hit shit.
Couldn't shoot anything before. Shot the thing about 5 times in the chest before with the regular gun that did absolutely nothing. But this magic gun, where the hell did the magic gun come from?
I don't know.
All the guns were the magic gun.
No.
Yes,
what was great?
That's very true. I like the shotguns that were the shells explode.
First of all,
The fires were starting because of the magic exploding shotgun shells.
The giant 50 cals that these guys used to cut through walls, and then tried to shoot that woman with a nice rack, and they're just unloading from like 8 feet away with these 50 cals, and they didn't hit her once. Another guy had to shoot through the wall and come through with a handgun and cut her in half with that shit because she killed the 2 guys with the 50 cals.
You know what's so funny? I went deaf during that scene from all this shooting.
Oh my God, it was great
the entire time.
And I still, I had trouble following the plot just a little bit.
There was a plot?
Yeah, exactly. Because, at the beginning, I understood that where, they were trying to start a war. He was a cop. He was trying to stop them. Whatever. And then all of a sudden, they rehabbed him and he turned into a junkie.
Yes.
He turned into a drug addict, and then they're like, well, we need you to do one more mission because we also implanted something into your heart and we're going to make it explode.
Explain the very ending to me, too.
I don't know
did
what you want to explain.
Die?
Did they rebuild him again?
No, but they had
Alex Rain?
At the very end,
no.
There was like that last. It's the scene where him and Max, that strange little girl. We're gonna call it a girl.
The sister of the person that he killed.
Yes.
That was on the disc.
They leave, and then there's like this weird little voiceover thing in the background that said, "Do we do it now?" And like this woman voice says, "Do it," and it has like an explosion sound. Is that to the fact that he's still got the bomb in him?
I guess you're not supposed to know.
Because he still had the bomb in him, right? And that thing was just supposed to go off as soon as the lights go out.
Well, they had him in that room, so I don't know if they because they were already rebuilding portions of him because he got his scalp ripped off and his arm ripped off, and
right.
So I don't know. They should have taken it out then. I mean, that would make sense, but then.
They added that weird little voiceover thing at the very end where you didn't see anybody. It just was the talking and like you heard like an exploding sound after.
Oh, and I love how they went off to this like island in the middle of nowhere to try and do this deal or stop this deal or continue this deal, and how he was supposed to be stopping it, but then he magically turns around and he's helping them, and they suddenly somehow know that he's helping them. When he didn't seem to know that he was helping them until he started helping them.
What did you think about his henchman's German accent?
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh. Wasn't that great?
How about the that little Max's accent? Would you call that an accent?
She had a quirk. I can't remember it, but she kept saying like the same thing over and over again, like some random word that she added to sentences, but I can't remember it.
Wait, who are we talking about? The wildling?
Yeah, the sister.
Yeah.
What was his name?
She was raised by the gang members or whatever.
Eric's son?
Yeah, same thing with the gangsters. The one gangster, had some weird phrase that he kept adding to crap, and it was the dumbest thing ever. But yeah.
I like the 90-year-old woman who shot the cyborg.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Some 90-year-old woman whips a gun out and just shoots the hell out of it.
This was Miramar, right? That's what they kept saying. This was Miramar, or something like that, or the location that they went to.
Rio de Janeiro.
They were there at one point.
Hawaii, actually.
There was Lopan.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Lopan. I don't remember, but the location they went to was very, very, very far away from L.A. And
Yes.
all they want
Yes.
to do is talk about L.A. cops and the
Right.
notoriety of L.A. cops and how they all
Right.
know about L.A. cops and how horrible L.A. cops are because they all have so much experience.
This has a lot of influence from Cyborg, Blade Runner, Terminator, you name it. It's got it all in there. I do like that they relied mainly on practical effects, explosions, and
Yes.
and they had the little video players and stuff, and the kind of proto USB drives and things like that. And
That
I
was
like
nice.
that about it. Yeah, I like that they kind of went that, with the budget they had. I think they made pretty cool sci-fi props and more of a cyberpunk atmosphere and story than we see on
And
some of these other movies,
I will say that they had a lot of those actors that you see them and it's like, oh my God, I know that actor.
Oh, absolutely. Right. They're all character actors.
Right? That they've all been in other things that you have seen.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that made it nice.
I got 2 scenes I want to bring up here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the first one. Remember when they were in the room talking with the hammerhead guy, right? And then for whatever reason, like a bullet flew through the window, got stuck in the floor, and the bullet was apparently a bomb. So the guy who was going to save all of his friends by, sacrificing himself by jumping on the bomb.
Yeah.
Normally when people do that, they use their abdominal to absorb the impact of the bomb. This guy jumped on it with his junk.
It's a good observation.
And when the bomb went off, fire shot out of his ass. It was the funniest. So he covered the bomb with his junk. Fire shot out of his ass and blew him.
It's the little things that make the great movies,
We'll find the one part of you that's still human. And he punches him
there's 3 more of these. There's
yes, and
1,
they're
2,
on the
3, and
list.
4. Yeah. If you get a chance, click on this director's name, Albert Pune. All of his movies seem to have cyborgs in them in one way or the other. And they all look fantastic.
Now, did you guys catch the very beginning of the movie? Like the very beginning, when he shot the lady in the head, he shot her on the right side of her head, but all the damage was on the left side of her head. You saw that?
No, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice it. No, because when they cut away, she was still there, and the right side of her head was messed up, and then she had no top of her head because he evidently shot her again off scene, and from the jaw upwards, it was gone.
No, play it back and see what I'm talking about. The first shot that he did, they show like the tracer round, if you will, how it collided with the right side of her head, and the sparks flew off the right side. She dipped toward the right after being shot on the right side of her head, but when she stood up again, all the damage was on the left side of her head.
I did not notice that.
I like the final fight in this. I thought that was pretty awesome. I also had some stop motion stuff that was pretty cool.
Right, the android hanging off the side of the...
Yeah, I thought that was neat. I still like the old school stop
I still
motion
think it's messed up that they made that guy ride in the cargo bay. Get in the cargo bay!
Yeah.
So you can have this final fight scene.
The final fight was good. I liked that. I liked the whole movie. I thought it was just a lot of fun. It was entertaining. It was goofy. It was I don't know. It was just a wild ride.
Honestly,
it was stupid, but it was funny. It was fun. Stupid.
Yeah, it wasn't like Soldiers stupid. It was like really good.
It wasn't as incomprehensible as Gunhead, but there still wasn't a plot here.
Yeah, it was just sit back, have fun, eat your popcorn, enjoy the
guns.
Yeah, lots of guns, lots of explosions.
And if you get a chance as well, at about 7 minutes in, like almost 7 minutes on the dot, they're having a massive fight scene on top of a pile of bricks, like rubble. they're apparently taking cover from the protagonist, but he can see them the entire time. Like their cover is so shit. Like he can literally see their bodies. About 80% of their bodies are exposed, and he still can't hit them, and they're about 10 feet apart.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of bullets wasted.
Oh my god! And here's the weird thing that I didn't nitpick with it, but I loved it. The shotguns were so versatile. I mean, they were just explosive rounds. They were shooting them like mortars at one point. Like the guy was just pointing the gun in the air.
A couple of times I looked at the weapons they were using, and one of them was a freaking mortar launcher. Okay, now granted, he was holding that mortar launcher.
Running around with it and firing it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was excavating with the shotgun.
Yeah.
My man was knocking down trees, terraforming the planet with a shotgun.
and that magic Uzi that he had that would only shoot through one floor at a time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm literally, there was no damage to the floor below, but he was able to shoot a hole around himself enough that he could fall through it and then get to the next floor, and then he would had to do it again because the floor below was completely undamaged.
Infinite bullets. Never once shot himself in the foot. Just close. I think he even closed his eyes or covered his eyes or something, and just waved his gun in a circle.
Didn't have to go around himself more than once. I swear he didn't switch hands. He stood just.
How do you like that floor construction? The floors were made out of just paper mache.
Yes. Kind of like the walls. Those walls that they shot through were only like one layer thick of drywall. Like you could have punched through them with no problem.
The best ever.
All right, let's rate this movie.
Why was it called Nemesis though?
I have no.
Like there was
cool name,
one protagonist and one antagonist, but no.
Do we all give it a thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
All right.
It was fun. I will say
it was fun.
It was so terrible, but it was also so fun.
Yes.
Thumbs up.